And out. Zero, zero. And out. 0-0.
Do you want to jump in on commentary?
Short.
If you want to.
I don't have linesman, but definitely short. Second serve.
That's okay. Sorry, what?
Mike Wells, yeah.
Nice to meet you. You run the program in
Mankato, yeah.
I recognise you. Okay.
One serve, 0.
Okay, we're back on court 2. Chris Gavin, I'm here with Mike Wells from the Mankato, running the Mankato handball.
2-0.
He's got one of his star pupils at the moment.
Yes.
Playing on this court in Ray Ure. Ray Ure is playing Kevin Diggins of the Leakslip Club in Kildare. Mike, welcome to Ireland, first of all.
Yeah, thank you very much. I got in this morning, so I'm trying to avoid the jet lag if I can.
Excellent. So Ray has really made a name for himself. He's one of the most exciting players in America at the moment.
Yeah, Ray has worked really hard on his game
3-0.
the last year and a half for sure. He's made some real improvements with his offhand, which has made a big difference for him.
That's a good shot by Kevin Diggins. Kevin, so these are
And out.
two
0
real
serves,
strong
3.
up and coming players. I'm not sure if you know Kevin. Kevin's again been in the mix. He's played a lot of the top open competitions the last year or two. Very determined player.
Yeah, I've
shoot from
point.
everywhere, but yeah. So Ray
One
had
serves,
a
3.
breakout moment a couple of weeks ago in Portland.
He did, yeah. He got to the final, so that's a major accomplishment for somebody that's 22. I think he was the youngest finalist ever
On the Race Ray Tour, yeah.
Yeah, and I've seen Kevin play many times. He's been to the collegiates
2
in
serves,
the U.S.
3.
a few times.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
he's a very good player, very dangerous.
This could be a bit of a battle now. Going to Kevin. Kevin wants to burst the bubble around Ray a bit.
I don't think anyone will be getting tired in this match. They're both very fit.
Both fit, very, very much so.
3 serves, 2.
Wouldn't be a pick on them.
Yeah.
So the last couple of years has been Mankato have done very well in the collegiate, won a number of collegiate titles. Shane Dunn, Mark Doyle, Ray's in the mix
And out.
now as well. Obviously a few female players.
2 serves, 3.
As well, so
Yeah. It all kind of started. I came to Ireland, I think it was 7 years ago, to start some partnerships for our university, one with Galway and one with Waterford Institute of Technology.
Yeah.
And so when I was in Galway, I met with Sienna.
Yeah.
Together
and,
at 3.
At that time she was rehabbing an ACL injury, and we talked about her coming over and maybe doing a master's program in sports psychology. So we're really proud of both her and Shane. They came over, got a graduate degree, came back, and are using it. That's the most important thing, if you're going to come all the way over there. So, we've had several Irish players. We currently have Mark Doyle, who's here in the tournament.
Yep.
And then Clodagh Monroe is going to play in the
5
doubles.
serves, 3.
And then Hannah Grace is a freshman who's at Mankato this year. Yep. All very nice, as good a handball players as they are. They're nicer people,
Nice
actually.
people, yeah,
very nice
100%.
people.
Of course, Hannah's brother Rory is a top player as well.
3 serves, 5.
Mark Doyle, again, one of the real Irish stars, young stars, so he's the top young player, and got to spend a bit of time with Mark
4
in
serves,
Limerick at
5.
the World Championships a couple of weeks ago, which was pretty cool. Yeah, you're 100%
And
right.
out.
It's nice to, I suppose those programs only work if you bring good people into them.
5 serves,
Yeah, that's
4.
right. So, when the coaching staff is volunteer at Mankato,
Yep.
so if you're not getting paid, a lot of times people ask me, how do you get on the team? I
Great
say,
shot by Kevin.
Point.
you have to love handball, and you got to be a nice person.
Exactly.
6 serves, 4.
Absolutely. Well, got to say, Kevin is playing really, really good stuff here. He's being really aggressive, putting the pressure on Ray.
Yeah, for Ray to be successful, he's got to make sure he's not giving up any back walls to Kevin, and he's got to get him out of the front.
Yeah.
7 serves 4.
Watching Ray on the stream, WPH stream, he seems to really enjoy kind of getting into that short line area and getting his shots off. Kevin hasn't really given him any of those opportunities so far.
Ray's in the back. We would like to switch that if we can here. It seems like I think you'll see more ceiling balls, I think, than we do on the Pro Tour. You know, the ball is just a little bit different.
Point.
It's a little bit easier to keep it from coming off the back wall for a setup. That American ball is hot.
I suppose you get punished for
8 serves
if you
4.
overshoot the American ball. It really comes off high in the back wall and just leaves the setup. I think that's, over the years, Irish players had to adapt to that.
Point.
Whereas you might have to really punch it to the ceiling here. But when you go to America, you just almost have to feather it.
9 serves 4.
Agreed, totally. And I mean, these two guys here too, Kevin and Ray, will both make you pay if you leave it off the back.
Yeah, of course.
I was surprised Mark brought some of the O'Neill balls home, or what I call home, right, Mankato? And so we did play with those to try and get used to it. I'm sure they play a little bit differently at home than they do here too, right? Yeah. But it was...
So in Mankato, are they panel courts or are they concrete?
We have 4 panel glass wall courts in Mankato. Yeah.
10
nice
serves
courts.
4.
Yep. So the panel courts with that ball would obviously be different again to these concrete courts.
Yeah, they sound like you're hitting it harder.
Yeah, okay.
Because it makes a real boom when it comes off that front wall, but it's not going as fast. The concrete walls are faster than the panel walls for sure.
Yes, of course. Yeah, I suppose the American players might get a bit more of an appreciation to how the Irish players have to adapt when they go over to America. Obviously this is the first trip over for a lot of the American players, whereas even say Kevin here would have been over to a lot of American tournaments. I know he won the US Nationals Men's A 2 years ago, so he would have been in the mix.
Well, the courts and the ball and the jet lag and it all pays in there to come over.
And the fact that you're on holiday.
11 serves 4.
Sometimes it's hard to get over that part. It's just like, I'm just going to enjoy myself.
Yeah.
Forgetting you've got a job to do.
I marvel at, I know Katrina Casey is injured and not able to play, but she makes trip after
first
trip
time out, 12 serves 4.
Is able to dominate the sport. It's amazing. I'm going to be
be
right back.
So Mike's going to go down to have a chat with Ray while we're on a timeout. Ray not really getting into the mix here so far. Kevin dominating the rally. He's at 12-4 up. Ray trying to find a little bit of form, but again, very relaxed customer. Been playing a lot of these big games over the course of the last year or so. So he's, as I said, he's one of the stars of the race for 8.
20 seconds.
And I'd say Kevin has started really well here.
Sorry about that. I came
okay.
a long way to coach. I better get it in while he's on the court.
That's no problem. Like, I'm used to just kind of floating around chatting to myself anyway around these tournaments the last
All right,
years.
time in.
So, Ray, your
score is 12 serves 4.
What was your advice to Ray at this part of the game so far?
Well, my philosophy is most players, you can't tell them half a dozen things. You can tell them 1 or 2 things, and that's it. So I told Ray that he needs to make sure he takes that extra step back when he's going to shoot it so the ball gets out in front of him. He's still, it does behave differently. So it's like he's kind of waiting for it. We want the ball to get out in front. So just take the extra step, and they'll go in for you.
Yeah.
And
4
then I said,
serves
let's
12.
not leave Kevin in the front if we can help it. Let's move him out of there.
got a big.
No. Thanks, Kevin.
Good call by Kevin. It did look like he actually got under that, but better serve from Ray. Shoots it down the right with a reverse on it to the right side, trying to expose Kevin's right hand.
Point.
Yeah, and I actually think that Ray's serve down the right is his best serve. So I know sometimes people don't like to play lefties, but like I think for Ray, kind of makes him use his
timeout.
Best
7-12 when we come back.
So yeah, that's a better shot now from Ray, and he's taken the last 3 points. He's now 12-7 down, but gotta say Kevin's only a handful of points from the finish here. So
yeah. So and sometimes when you're coaching, if you don't say anything, that's better.
100%. Sometimes you need time to think, I suppose. And look, you can see he's a very cool customer.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Yeah. Agreed.
They kind of
30 seconds left.
The game is kind of cruising through. They're both very confident. So
yeah, I feel like neither one of them gets rattled really.
Yeah.
So and of course I've had more exposure to Ray. Ray's been in a lot of big spots over his career. You know, he won a lot of junior championships in the U.S. and he's been playing well on the Pro Tour. So
Ray serving score is 7-12.
Yeah, I think that's the other side of it. That while Ray wouldn't be intimidated, Kevin's exposure in senior handball in Ireland, you'd imagine the standard of handball in both countries. He's actually just jumped up a notch in the last maybe 2 or 3 years.
Go again.
It's nice to see some young players making their way onto the tour. You know,
definitely.
It's good for the game when you go and look at some of those. I'm more familiar with the WPH draws, right? I mean,
of course,
it's no joke in the round of 16 and even the round of 32. There's a lot of tough matches there.
Yeah. I tend to watch all the streams. To be honest, keeping up and all.
8-12.
Look, I like to see how everyone's getting on, you know, and you want to. That's a big mistake from you, Kevin. Absolutely punished by Ray Ure.
Yeah, it's fun to. I mean, I watch some of the WPH stuff. I watch a lot of the Irish stuff too because we like to see. You know, we're always looking for junior players, and it's fun to watch the top players. We don't get to see.
Another timeout. Last timeout. 10-12. We come back.
Very often in the States, so it's fun to see them.
Yeah,
it's great.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's better. Yep. Okay.
So, Ray taking on a bit of instruction here from his coach Mike. It's like he said, this could still be in Kevin's hands if I was perfectly to be honest. He just needs to get in there and find a little bit of form, but he's given
30 seconds.
Ray's serve has given himself opportunities in the rally to go for those shots and gain the confidence from there on out. Like,
yeah,
would you agree?
I totally agree. I feel like we work really hard. We play a lot of what we call 3-shot.
Yeah.
So you serve, you return a serve, and then take an offensive opportunity with the third
10
shot.
seconds.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Because return a serve is underrated. I mean, if you can't get it back in a way that puts the person at a disadvantage or under pressure, it's trouble.
Yeah, it's. I think. The return to serve. You see, there's certain players that.
10 serves,
Robbie
12.
McCarthy's career has been built on a brilliant return to serve.
Point.
Yeah. Like he's one of the best returner of serves in the game.
11
Paul Brady
serves,
as well.
12.
Very rarely do you see mistakes off his opponent's serve. Very rarely
serve.
give something easy. You have to really earn it. So I think something that maybe Martin Mulcairns has looked at the last couple of years, that he doesn't leave anything easy on the court.
Yep, I would agree. And
it's a good shot.
The other person that has really, the last 3 years we've brought
together at
Killian
12.
Carroll in for a camp to work with all the players, and I have to give him props. He's an amazing coach, and he remembers these young players from year to year, not just
13
the
serves,
but
12.
I mean people that just start. He remembers them and remembers what they can do, And
Second serve.
he has really helped with return to serve for some of these advanced players. Just some other ideas and learning from a pro for some of these people. It's a great opportunity.
That's a good finish from Kevin Diggins. Kevin not going away here. He was at one stage up 12-5, but he's now 13-12 down. Ray dominating the second half of the game. It's a good serve.
Really good.
Kevin resetting himself with that last kill and then hits an ace serve.
Together at
more
13.
of what Kevin is known for. So can Kevin go and see this game out, or is Ray going to go and battle his way back into it again? It's an opportunity. Not taken. Kevin Diggins digs out. Ray takes 2 steps across the court. Opportunity for Kevin now. Can he put it away? He does. And that Ray will be disappointed that he gave him that opportunity off the back wall.
Yep, can't make a mistake against either one of them. And especially not to their dominant
14
hand.
match points.
Yeah, so Kevin Diggins is going to serve for the first game. He's 14-13 up. And he goes down the right. Oh, that's a good shot from Ray. Hits it 2 inches up, and even though he doesn't fly now, it doesn't make it returnable on Kevin. But now, opportunity. Big setup for Kevin Diggins. Tries to handcuff Ray. Opportunity off the back wall. Left up. Kevin goes back, tries to drive Ray back into the back court. Is this an opportunity that Kevin needs? Well dug out, and Ray Ure gets the point. We're at 14-14 here in a race to 15.
14 match points, serves 14.
See reversed on the right here, I would guess. Yep.
Oh,
first game.
Good serve. And Kevin Diggins disappointed that he let that go, but that was the first game to Ray Ure, 15-14. We'll be back in 2 minutes with the second game.
Kevin serve,
Okay,
0-0.
we're back with game 2. Ray Ure taking the first game 15-14 against Kevin Diggins. Mike, how was Ray between the games there?
Yeah, I
he
think
looked pretty chilled out, man, to be honest.
he was. I think Ray was disappointed that he let it get to be 12-4.
Yeah.
We talked about just a little bit of strategy and what we thought worked, and where the safe plays are. So I think you'll see Ray probably stick with the serve down the right.
Yep.
And during the volley, Kevin is very skilled, but there's a difference between him putting the ball down with his left and his right hand.
Yeah.
So, I have to compliment him though. Like, I've never seen Kevin
Hand out.
not be polite in the court.
Oh,
Even
yeah,
that,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
a frustrating loss when you have a big lead.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it comes back, but he's a
real gentleman.
Yeah, agreed. I think that's important, right?
I think it's very important. I think it's something that sometimes is a real asset to the sport. It's quite nice. Sometimes I'd like to see a bit of needle.
Yeah.
I want
right?
to see a little bit of.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hand out.
Big miss by Ray. But I would like to see sometimes a little bit of controversy, and I like it spicy.
0-0.
I like it spicy.
Well, there's spicy players in the
sure
tournament,
is.
right?
This one there definitely is. There's definitely a few in the Masters grades.
Yeah, right. You missed that too.
Big shout out to anyone that's watching the championship here from down the country. I know there's been an army of volunteers that have been keeping the courts going. 20 venues
1-0.
across Leinster keeping this tournament going, and every single volunteer is. That's a great shot by Ray.
Hand out.
So that's a shot that Ray didn't have at a high level a year ago.
0
He's
serves
really worked
1.
hard on his left hand. I mean, these pros are so
They're so
good. You have to be able to end the volley with either
Both
hand.
hands, yeah.
Yep.
I have to be aggressive. And
Together at
you look
1.
at- if you look, the benchmark at the moment on the Pro Tour is Martin Mulcairn's.
Second serve.
Martin doesn't care left or right. He would
Agreed.
blow it out, and the bottom brick most of the time. You just can't give him opportunities. And a gentleman as well to boot.
Yeah, he's not only is he a gentleman, but he has been great for collegiate handball in the U.S. I mean, both of the Mulcairns brothers have recruited a lot of students to play. I mean, I think there's lessons to be learned by the USHA from junior handball here in Ireland. I mean, I look at the junior grades here. There's lots of kids playing, and it's different environment between the two countries.
Yeah, and the organizations are obviously we're part of a large base of and like look. But again, the standard is very high because the volunteerism is there.
Yeah.
I know, Kevin. Yeah.
Even just the difference in community-based sport. You play for your town, you play for your country, or county, you play for your country. You know, it's different in the States.
Yes,
there's a lot. We're competing against a lot of like high school sports. Football, baseball, basketball, softball, those kinds of things. So it's a different environment.
I suppose, the big part of the GA is that localism side of things. Your club is the most important part of it. Your club is your hometown, and very rarely you see a transfer from that.
Yep.
You know, so even at a top senior level in
in
the football or the hurling or the handball, players play for their county, they play for their community for their whole career.
Yep.
Second haircut. Second serve.
Right, second serve here. Right, you're the 3-1 lead over Kevin Diggins. That's a good finish.
Yeah, good shot.
Kevin leaving it up though in front of Ray, giving him the opportunity to put
three serves one.
Playing very aggressive at the moment.
Short.
That's short. Ray looking very comfortable at the moment, Mike.
Yeah, I think he's. Sometimes it takes Ray a little bit to get things figured out. You know, we talk a lot about having a plan when we go in for a match, and I think sometimes Ray's a little reluctant to have a plan. He just plays to his strengths, but then as he gets going, he kind of figures out his opponent better.
Yeah.
And I guess if I could play like Ray, I'd probably play to my strengths too.
Yeah. 100%. No, those. Like Kevin, just
three serves one.
Having a hard time in this second game, trying to find out what's going to work for him. That's better though.
Hand out.
He is taking the opportunities that are being handed.
One serves
just
three.
Can't give him anything to his left hand. He's too good.
Yeah. Okay, this will be an opportunity for pops it up. Awkward one dropping out of the sky. Oh, that's a great shot by Ray Ure. Ray just drops it down
the floor.
Drops it down the side wall and just took enough pace off that just to kill it before it got to a back wall.
Right.
So for Mankato, what's the overall ambition? Is it to go out and be the top collegiate team in the country year in, year out? I know there's obviously other collegiate teams that have been dominant for years. Lake Forest was obviously one of them. Missouri always had a strong team. Texas A&M would have had strong teams.
Those are the teams with the longest streaks.
Yeah.
So we have 3 in a row. I would say that we're the favorite to get 4, but you never know. I mean, we've had two kids that have to have shoulder surgery and one that has had ACL surgery this year. So we're short a few on the men's side. You know, last year we did win the men's and the women's on the combined, but if we took our second 6 men, we would have finished second.
Yes.
So we have a real deep, strong team, which makes everybody better. Right?
100%.
So, we
3 serves.
Like obviously, it's almost like the American game. I suppose Paul standing in front of us, but like whereas Paul dominated the game for a couple of years, it was almost like there was a struggle for American players to come through.
Short.
You know, there was a lot of Irish players coming through. Charlie Shanks was going over. Was going over. Like Tony Healy previously would have been doing well over there, and it was there was almost like a quiet part for American players coming through. That seems to be changing a good bit. Like,
yeah, we just don't have the junior programs. It's really hard to become a Killian Carroll, a Paul Brady, a Martin Mulcairns if you don't start playing until you're 18.
Yeah, of course.
Second serve.
Yeah.
So, it's Paul Brady
and out.
had an amazing run there. Just for I always say the hardest thing to do
One serves 5
is to maintain excellence for a long period of time.
Yes, of course.
I mean, like a decade he had where he just didn't lose.
Yeah.
So it's amazing. I
Second serve.
don't know him, but he's an amazing handball player.
Sure. Well, he's standing right here, so.
Well, it's okay, I guess, if he hears me.
Yeah.
He knows he didn't lose for 10 years.
But this is it.
That boy, Ray.
That's a great shot.
And out.
Look, just wrapped around, dropped into the wheelhouse, and then just put away from the back of the court.
So I would say, like you asked about Mankato's goal. Yeah, we want to be a place where it's fun to win championships, right? But it's also fun to work with players and make them better.
Yeah.
So we want to be a place where people can come to improve their handball game. And I always start when we're recruiting someone by saying we have to make sure that our university is an academic fit, right?
Yeah.
We had one young man who wanted to come, he wanted to be an architect. We don't have that major. I'm like, well, I don't think we can't ask you to come. I mean, so the academic piece, we've had a handful of players that confided that, like, I didn't know if I was going to go to college or not.
Yes,
and then handball was like the hook. So they came. You had to take college algebra 3 times, but you got your degree, and now you're using it. So, I mean, that's the most important thing to me is the development of these young men and women. The handball piece is certainly important too, but not as important as the other.
First time out, score 7, plays 1. We'll come back.
Ray's on a roll now.
Yeah, Ray's really motoring. He's any kill opportunities taken.
Yeah.
He looks like he's playing loose. He looks like he's enjoying it. He seems to have a lot of the right characteristics to go a long way in the sport. Just on first live viewing, he's just like so relaxed.
Yeah, I'm not going over there and screwing it up.
Yeah. Hey, we've all been there.
30 seconds.
Hey, I think you should do this.
Yeah. A lot of times with these really, Ray's handball IQ is very high.
Yeah,
right?
you can tell that the way he's playing.
You don't have to say, do this. It's more of like, this is what I see.
Yes.
And it's up to you, because sometimes I'll give some advice.
10 seconds.
And the player will go in and it doesn't work.
If
you just keep doing it, then that's foolish.
Yes, of course.
Right? So, I don't know. My style is more of a let's work together. Not really everyone's not going to be the same.
Yeah, the thing is, having a player like that, he has to, he can't be relying on a coach. It's an individual pursuit. So, that
8 serves 1.
I suppose maybe that is the right approach in London. They have to figure it out for themselves.
I know, I'll use Sienna as an example.
It's a great pick.
How did that happen?
What a pick. That's outrageous stuff. Who's going to go for it now? Big opportunity. Kevin takes it on the fly. Dug out in the back court and put away. That's outrageous stuff from Ray Ure. Oh my God.
Point. 9-1.
I was going to use Sienna as an example. Sienna comes over, and she's already a really high ability player.
Yes.
And I don't really know what she needs from me for sure. So it takes a year to figure it out, right? How many times do you get to coach them in a tournament?
1 serves 9.
And I figured out the last thing she needs is a bunch of rah-rah stuff. She needs something different than that. Each player is different. Some you want to pump them up, some you got to calm them down.
I can imagine a lot of the Irish lads just need to be told bluntly, or girls, just bluntly, this is the situation. What do you need to do to change it?
Even Mark and Shane were a lot different, right?
Yeah, of course.
10 serves 1.
Yeah, I really have enjoyed the one nice thing about Mark and Clodagh is you get to work with them for 4 years.
Yes.
I only got Shane for 1 year. He's I can't even say enough positive things about Shane Dunn.
And
But I only had him for 1 year as a person to get to know him and to
Great
work with
guy.
him. And he's predominantly underarm.
That and the
One
other side
serves
is that
10.
he's just after winning the senior hardball title here a couple
Yeah.
of weeks ago. I got a chance to obviously have a chat with him after that. I was interviewing him during the championship and couldn't get a better advocate for the game, the traditional game. And that's a championship that's been going on officially for over 100 years.
It's crazy.
You know, so to have his name on that title twice with some of the greats of the game out of this country, I know he takes very seriously. I know he's very proud.
Point.
And in fairness, what a player! He's so quick.
Two
so
serves,
so
10.
athletic.
And, he came to us with, predominantly underarm swing, right?
Yeah.
And so we worked some on
out.
a sidearm serve, but, it really didn't
10
work out
serves, too.
that well. So we kind of abandoned it. We added some things to his
underarms.
Yeah, and
Sure.
so same
Second
deal
serve.
with Sienna. She's kind of a modified.
Yeah.
And so getting to hit different hops on the ball was something that we worked on. Going over, under.
Yeah.
And so it just takes. You got to figure out what everybody kind of needs
11
and
serves,
then
too.
work on those items. So,
I'll have to go out myself, Mike.
pardon me.
I'll have to just go out myself. You're selling it to me. You're selling me the
And
dream.
out.
A bit too old though. I'm gone well.
Well, you're never too old. You're never too old.
Well,
My dad is
Two
in his
serves,
80s and
11.
he's still playing doubles once a week.
That's true. That's true.
He told me a couple years ago he was going to quit, and I
that's a
said,
bad idea.
listen, if they open that door and let you in there, you better go in.
That's good though. I know that is definitely one of the best things about the sport. You see, this week there's quite a large draw in the over 17s
Yeah.
division, and
That's the golden.
11
time.
serves, too.
some of them boys
Seriously.
are tough.
Well, and where I played doubles last weekend or 2 weekends ago with my youngest son that's 18, working a 57-year-old and a 18-year-old. I mean, you can't play basketball together. There's not that many sports that you can do those.
Yeah.
Different
Hand
ages,
out.
So it's great.
Is the floor okay, is it?
Kevin not leaving it easy for Ray
No.
at this
Two
stage of the
serves,
game,
11.
which you'd expect, but
The
Ray a commanding lead at 11-2.
That is true, but I feel like the volleys are better than the score kind of
yeah.
dictates.
Yeah.
And out.
Yeah, I think what Ray's done is when he's returning serve, he's just controlled those rallies
11
better.
serves, 2.
Even though there's actually not been that much between them, it's been a tough match. Kevin's just struggled for points in this game.
Yeah,
Right.
that's another example
another
of a
exa-
lot of work that he's put in on that. That's not an easy
Yeah.
shot for a right-handed player.
No,
Wiping the floor, is it?
Again,
Yeah, okay. 12-2.
good
when we come back.
technique. Steps back into the pocket there and just goes for it. But as I said, that's why if you want to
Just
be
check that right side
at
where
the
you
top
sat
of the top
around the
echelon
front of that
of
serving line
senior
there.
or open handball, that is, you have to take those opportunities.
Yeah, to your right there. Could be wet.
Well, I think Mark Doyle said it best. He had some shots in the back left corner that wrap around, and he's shooting it when his opponent is in the front. And we talk about it, and he said, well, on the pro tour, if I don't shoot that,
Yeah.
and I don't hit a perfect defensive shot, the other guy's going to kill it on me.
100%.
So I may as well take that opportunity.
Well,
He's probably 85%
that's
from back there anyway.
Yeah. But as I said, that's the mindset you have to go in with that. It's either kill or be killed.
Yeah. There's
So-
some shots where, like, even me as an old
Okay.
player, there are some shots I won't pass up no matter where my opponent
Yeah.
is. I
12
don't
serves
even
too.
care. I'm
course.
going to shoot that ball because I feel like I can put it down.
Point.
As Kevin Diggins skips it in.
13
Ray,
serves,
you're
2.
just 2 points away from this match.
Short.
It's a short ball.
I feel like when Ray serves to the right,
Second
I mean,
serve.
Kevin can't shoot that ball because he's either going to skip it or it's going to be up and Ray's going to re-kill it. He's going to have to find needed to find a way to hit a defensive return with his right. It's a great shot there.
Good shot by
And out.
Kevin Diggins.
If you're Ray Ure, you don't want to lose focus at the
serves,
end,
13.
right? You saw what happened when Kevin was ahead.
100%.
Right? It can happen. So
Yeah.
you got to stay
You
focused
can't.
all the way to the end.
Yeah, and
Second serve.
and sometimes it's natural if you're just cruising.
Yep.
You know, next thing you miss one or two, you get a little self-conscious.
Yep.
But Ray doesn't seem to
And
be
out.
going.
13
that's
serves
what I
2.
told him at the last time. I told him be the last one to serve.
Yeah. That's the important one.
And out.
His standing point from it's like obviously he goes
2
down
serves,
his hundreds
13.
and just basically resets himself each time. It's an unusual technique.
It is. He's
It
always.
shows his flexibility as well.
Yeah, he is
Right.
very flexible. He works a lot on. He runs track and cross country for
Yeah.
the university too. So he
3
has
serves,
figured out
13.
the value of stretching and taking care of his
Short.
body and
Yeah.
his diet. And I can.
Second
But that
serve.
particular movement where he gets down on, just sets himself, is that something that he's always done?
It is. Yeah. If you look back, even when he's a junior, that's the kind of posture that he had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Point.
Yeah.
Okay. Just something he's developed.
4
But
serves, 13.
again, I can see what he's doing. He's obviously taking that deep breath, taking a second to compose himself before he serves.
And we haven't had to have this discussion with Ray because he's pretty much always done it. But some players get back to the middle, but not everybody gets back to the middle and
And
gets
out.
down and gets ready.
Yes.
So if you
Yeah.
watch him, right, when the volley
13
goes, he
serves 4.
scampers back to the middle like
Yeah.
most everyone, but he gets down and gets ready generally. Now he'll stand up probably if I say it, but
Yeah. But it's like he takes he uses the time he's allowed. He uses that 10 seconds that he has to serve the ball to effect.
And we talk a lot about routine on the serve, right? We want to drop the ball in the same place every time. We want to have the same
Yes.
footwork. We have a series of
Point.
small adjustments that we make if you're missing on your serve, but
14
mostly
match
we're
point
trying to
serves
be
4.
as consistent as we possibly can so that we can repeat it.
Short.
So that repeatability is what's going to drive results
Second
in this.
serve.
So we're at 14-4 here in the second game. Ray Ure serving for the match against Kevin Diggins in the round of 32 of the men's open. Ray goes for bomb and he finished it. That's
Game,
the
lads.
game. And a good way to play. Ray Ure advances. Congratulations to him. We'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Well done.
With
Thank
I
you,
know
Ray.
there
Well
was
done.
a bye on
Congrats.
this court, so I think the doubles will be starting soon enough, but we'll be going from there. Leo Canal has got a walkover from Colin Crane. We'll be back in a few minutes with the next match on this court. Can you remember
Thank
which
you.
one it is? Excellent.
Yeah.
Right, thank you very much. Get you from more games there on the week.
Okay, sounds good.
Maybe not. Ray.